The Raiders have gone out and signed Prince Amukmara. You were watching the Raiders Report, and we have breaking news that the Raiders have gone out and signed a veteran cornerback. And as predicted, I was doing a show, and I predicted the Raiders to go out and get Amukamara. That's why he was in the thumbnail. That's why he's on the show. So about a week ago, the Raiders went out and put a report that said that they could go out and get a veteran cornerback. So if we could show that report, I would appreciate that as well. So he played 14 games last season for the Raiders, and 14 games in the last 4 seasons. I think he's going to be a quality cornerback for a contender. But when I think about how he's going to be able to impact this team, he is going to add a ton of depth. And do I like Damon Arnette? Absolutely. But again, I think Prince Amukmara now is going to be the number 2 cornerback with a player like Trayvon Mullen. So now what has to happen is you have extra depth, okay? You have extra depth with Prince Amukmara, with Damon Arnette, and now with Trayvon Mullen. Those are your top 3 cornerbacks. There's no doubt about that. This also now gives you the extra ability to be able to move some pieces around with a LaMarcus Joyner, see what you got in the Meek Robertson. You're going to have solid safety play in the backfield there with a Demarius Randall, with Jonathan Abram. I actually like this move a lot, and I was going to do a top free agent segment. Obviously now, you're almost going to have to throw that out the window because the number 1 name on my list was Prince Amukmara, which is why he was on my thumbnail. So this was a report that came out about a week and a half ago from Victor Ford that he said, don't be surprised if the Raiders go out and get a veteran corner. The number 1 player on my list for about a week and a half has been Prince Amukmara. So I want you to grade the signing, A, B, C, D, or F. For me, I'm going to be just straight with y'all. I think it's an A grade. I think Prince on that Bears defense last year played very well, and I think he's going to be able to add a lot of quality depth. But also at age 30, he is a professional, and he's going to be a great locker room guy. And for a team that needs still extra bodies, and for a team that still needs to improve the secondary, I'm very excited. Now, we don't have the contract details quite yet on Prince, but when I think about, would I rather pay Eli Apple 1 year, $6 million, or Prince Amukmara? I bet you we get Prince Amukmara for probably around the same price that we were going to pay Eli Apple. So with that being said, I want everyone right now to get your grades in. I see some A minuses. I see a B plus. I see a C plus. Honestly, I think it's an A. I think this is a great move for this team because I'm going to show you his stats the last 4 years. Now, I think 2018 was a solid year. 2019 as well, though, I think was a pretty good year. The one thing, though, you're going to get with Prince is he is a competitor. And what is Jon Gruden? What does Mike Mayock want? They want guys who are always going to compete. And that's what you're going to get. Now, this Damon Arnette pick, which we had in the first round, I still think he's going to get playing time. But for the Raiders, you want to have as much versatility as humanly possible. So here's the updated Raiders depth chart. I do have Prince Amukmara over Damon Arnette. Now, this just gives you a little bit more flexibility, and for Arnette to just kind of learn your defense. And once he learns the defense, then sure, you sign Prince, I think, to a 1-year deal, and if it works out, it works out great. If not, then you have, Damon Arnette, you have some of these other younger players step in. But for the Raiders team, man, I'll tell you what, I was not expecting this move today. I was expecting them to go out and get a veteran. I'm really ecstatic about this. So that's my one-word reaction, ecstatic. I see holes in our team. And now going out and getting arguably the top outside corner on the free agent market, that's a big win. Now, I still think Logan Ryan, he was probably the top cornerback on the market, but he was a little bit more of a nickel corner where you're going to have to play him where I think the Raiders want to play, LaMarcus Joyner, where they want to play Meek Robertson. So instead, you go out, you get Prince Amukmara to probably play that outside corner role, to pair next to Trayvon Mullen, to help teach a guy like Damon Arnette, who, Damon Arnette, I'm not going to say that he's, a Prince Amukmara type, but the style that Prince plays is kind of very similar to, I think, what the Raiders want out of a Damon Arnette. So instead of going out and getting a really old veteran, you go out and get a 30-year-old dude who's going to be able to help teach our defense. That's something I really like. So I like this move a lot for the team. I'm curious what you guys have to say. I will shave my beard here in a few minutes, but I wanted to be able to give you guys as much breaking news as possible. So continue to get your reactions here around Prince Amukmara.